Correction, Galaxy Fold now has a release date. Finally, people were starting to get worried about this device, but it seems like Samsung have come through and are said to deliver this stunning device from September. It won't be available in as many regions as originally planned. It seems like Samsung are being a little bit cautious with the release of this one, which is totally understandable considering the circumstances. But anyway, I had to make this one because my last video, I did say that the Fold still hasn't got a release date, which technically it didn't at that point, but about an hour after I posted it, guess what happened? But anyway, let's park that for a minute and let me say a big thank you to Direct Mobiles, a great place to start your search for your new phone. They have over 24 years of award-winning customer service, and their comparison tools allow you to compare all of the available deals with all of the UK networks, all in one place. Check in the video description below for their link or search directmobiles.co.uk. So if you didn't know, the Galaxy Fold was released earlier this year, April I believe it was, and only a few units were sent out to YouTubers and the press, but these review units kept breaking. The reviewers highlighted design flaws with the Galaxy Fold that meant the pliable display was actually very fragile. So Samsung recalled all of their units and delayed the launch indefinitely, but finally it's ready now and it's in its last phases of testing. Now, I know that we've been moaning about this device and saying how it still hasn't got a release date and that we should have this phone by now and blah blah blah, but I think that for Samsung to fix all of these issues and have the phone available to launch again in such a short time is quite an achievement. Samsung did send out a list of their design tweaks. The top protective layer of the Infinity Flex display has been extended beyond the bezel, making it apparent that it is an integral part of the display structure and not meant to be removed. This was such an obvious flaw that it's incredible that no one spotted it beforehand. It now has additional reinforcements to better protect the device from external particles. The top and the bottom hinge area have been strengthened with newly added protection caps. There was fairly large gaps between the hinges. Again, difficult to see how they missed that one. Additional metal layers underneath the Infinity Flex display have been included to reinforce the protection of the display, and the space between the hinge and the body of the Fold has been reduced. Along with these improvements, Samsung say that they have improved and are always working to improve the user experience, with more app compatibility with the unusual screen layout. It seems like they have covered everything, but we will have to wait and see until we get our hands on review units to really figure out if it's worth getting or not. But I do think it's a little bit different for this device. If it was a regular phone and it had some catastrophic fault, it then had to be recalled and then fixed and then it was released again, I don't think anybody would give it a second look. But this is a fold-in smartphone and it's from Samsung. Regardless of whether it gets bad reviews or not, people are going to want to have this phone and see for themselves. It really is a stunning device. Samsung has said more details on the release will be revealed closer to the date. Me personally, I still have doubts about any smartphone that carries moving parts. Both this phone and the Huawei Matex have hundreds of moving parts, and while they are engineering masterpieces, let's face it, for me there's definitely questions over longevity when it comes to these types of phones. At £2,000 a go, I hope they don't expect us to buy one every year or so, only time will tell. Now that Samsung have played their hand, I expect Huawei to do the same in the next couple of days or so. I'm sure we will get a release date pinned down for their folding device very soon. Huawei delayed the launch of their £2,000 folding Mate X, a direct competitor to the Samsung Galaxy Fold, but crucially it folds in a different way. A lot of people are skeptical about the outward folding design, as it means the screen is exposed at all times, and we know that from the Galaxy Fold launch earlier this year that these screens are actually quite fragile. The Mate X is said to have a graphene top layer protecting that screen. Whatever material they use, it needs to be hard, not these regular screen protectors, otherwise it's going to start to look tatty pretty quickly. But I'm sure they've thought of everything this time. We'll just have to wait and see. So make sure that you subscribe to Btekt, double tap the notifications and smash the like button so you don't miss out on our full reviews of both of these devices. You can follow me on social media, it's at Btekt, or add me on Snapchat, david.btekt. Thanks for watching, my name's David, this is Btekt.
It's Arch Bad B.